Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the HealthForce podcast. I am your host, Fran Ramsden. Please check out our website, ramsdenelitefitness.com, ramsdenelitefitness.com, Instagram and Facebook, Ramsden Elite Fitness. Please go there and like our page. We post photos, videos, articles, having to do everything with your health and fitness, from exercise, nutrition, and supplementation. Oh, boy. So, where is my breaking news music? Where's that at? Yeah. All right, here we go. Got something in today. Global gyms, health and fitness clubs industry expected to reach $89 billion by the end of 2021. This a report by Report Linker, 9:31 a.m., May 8th, 2017, fresh out of New York. The gyms, health, and fitness clubs market refers to clubs that provide exercise facilities such as weight and exercise machines, fitness classes, personal training, and other services such as the health and beauty facilities, food and drink, clothing, and equipment designed for users to improve and maintain their physical health. The global gyms, health, and fitness market is expected to generate total revenues of $72 billion in 2016, representing a compound annual growth rate of 4.9% between the last 4 years, 2012 to 2016. The performance of the market is forecast to decelerate with an anticipated compound annual growth rate of 4.3% for the next 5-year period, 2016 through 2021, which is expected to drive the market to a value of $89 billion by the end of 2021. Gyms, Health, and Fitness Club stats summary. We're going to skip ahead here. The gyms, health and fitness club market refers to clubs that provide exercise facilities such as weight and exercise machines, fitness class, personal training, other services such as health and beauty facilities, food, drink, clothing, equipment designed for users to improve and maintain their physical health. Market revenues are calculated as the membership fees paid to the clubs, and any currency conversions used in the creation of this report have been calculated through the 2015 annual average exchange rates. Here is the scope and reasons to buy. Just kidding. I'm not going to do that. Cut the music. Cut it. So there we are, folks. There we are. New report out by PR Newswire. Fresh off the pressers this morning. I'm recording this on the 8th. Report comes out on the 8th, 9:31 a.m. Doing the podcast at noon. Last 3 hours, we have forecasting for the gyms, fitness studios, health and fitness clubs, global gyms. Let me ask you all a question with this newly found information. Let me ask you all a question. Are you sick and tired of not getting results yet? Are you sick and tired? Have you reached your breaking point when it comes to your actual tangible fitness and health results? Because let me tell you something. Certainly the growth of this industry, the health and fitness industry in general, it's very multifaceted. You have gyms, you've got supplements, you've got people paying for classes, you've got boutiques, you've got studios, you've got personal training facilities, sports training facilities, youth training facilities, sports arenas. It is very, very vast, and I understand that. And obviously the gym setting really grew from like 2000 to 2010. Places like LA Fitness, Planet Fitness, et cetera, those types of gyms really got a foothold of the market, and people now more than ever do have gym memberships. I think it's like 1 in 5 or 1 in 4 of the human population actually have a gym membership. So that's like a little bit of context, okay? But I'm being serious when I ask, like, have you reached your breaking point yet? And some of you, probably most of you, the answer is going to be no. Right? If you're being honest with yourself, like, you might be upset, you might be discouraged, but I don't think that you've hit the point yet where I'm talking total rock bottom. You're disgusted. You're like to the point of, you're broken. You're a broken human being. You don't feel happy. You are actually the opposite. You're very, very, your self-esteem is low. You're uncomfortable in your own body. And what I'm contending is that we are all on a path towards that destination unless something changes. Let me explain. Every single year, there are articles, there are news stories, there are Facebook posts about people joining gyms for the new year, making New Year's resolutions, and then the statistics come out about how those people never stay and never go, and it's pathetic and this and that, right? It's actually become a joke. Every year, it is a joke to look at January and watch the news and see those reports about people trying to get back in shape. It's become a joke. The news people are laughing about it. Oh, nobody ever goes. We all know. And now we're trying to hack that as if like that's the problem, right? Like the people are the problem. Let me tell you something. There is only so much of this that the human population is going to take. There's only so much of this. We've allowed it already to come to the point where it's a joke. I am predicting, here and now, HealthForce podcast, May 8th, 2017. I am not as bullish on the global gym, health and fitness club industry in the marketplace as others are. I think the slow in growth or the predicted slowing in growth is just the beginning of a true revolution that is going to take place in the health and fitness arena because people are being undervalued right now by this industry. People are not being handled with respect. They're not being valued. They are simply being seen as a $10 bill per hour, and it's pathetic. Makes my blood boil when I think about other options, solutions, fitness entities that are around. And when you really break down a business model and really look inside the belly of the beast and get to know what they're about and try to learn their philosophies, try to learn their principles, what makes them drive and thrive, and what is the owner so passionate about? Why is he doing this? And I've often found that question, why, one word, 3 letters, why, with a question mark, is probably the most stumping question in the existence of the human language. Why? Some people don't know the answer, and they're left mesmerized. Some people know the answer but don't want to give the answer. And when I look at the industry right now in terms of all of these different buffet list of class studios, I cringe. I really do. And it's not because I don't think that people should have some sort of fun or enjoy company. It's nothing to do with that. But when you look at the business model, strictly speaking, it is to make money numero uno. That is the number one priority of 95% of fitness solutions right now. And my contention is not the fact that somebody wants to make a profit. Like, I'm in business. I'm a business owner. I'm completely capable of understanding what profits and losses and all that mean. It's our lifeblood. It's the lifeblood of business. Your revenues, the money that comes into your facility or your company in exchange for your service, that's the lifeblood. Without that, you're nothing. So I get it. I'm suggesting that is not the number one priority. If you're number one, I mean, how many times have you heard the cliche thing that if you're in business for money, you're not going to be in business very long? And that's essentially the same principle that's playing out in real life right now in front of our eyes, where people are seeing this billion-dollar industry and all the money that's going into it, and the increasing, the market outlook on it and how it's supposed to grow, and people are trying to get in and get their little piece of the $89 billion that's supposed to be here in 2021. And that is the top priority. Then from there, once they've figured out some sort of sustainable business model, they try to operate within those confines to create some sort of results, right? Because that's what people are paying for. So what you have now is a misguided and a misproportioned exchange of money for service. Instead of somebody exchanging money for the number one priority in return of client results, that's number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. Something's not even on the board for some of these companies is the client results portion. And so what I'm doing is I'm predicting that people are going to rise up. There will be a revolution of sorts. There's going to be a massive market swing and market shift. And people are going to become re-educated over the next 3, 5, 7, 10 years. And people are going to now value their health and fitness like nothing before. It'll be one of the top priorities in their life. It'll probably go career / money / salary, family and friends, family and friends, and the number 3, health. Some sort of order, those are going to be the top three for people. Some sort of order, that's going to be the top three for people. And what's going to happen as a result of that is people are going to spend money on things that they value and that they get back in return that's going to aid those three top priorities. Now, you see, currently we're in an atmosphere where fitness, the health and fitness scene, is more about entertainment. It's more about pretending or giving the appearance and the perception that somebody cares about their health. But when you get into the finer details and try to analyze things like, well, how often does somebody go out? You know, what do they actually eat when they go to the restaurants? How many times a week are they going to the bars and getting drinks? Like, there's a mismatch. There's a lot, oftentimes we're doing one thing and saying another. Doing one thing and saying another. So I don't think health and fitness is the top three. It's not in the top three right now in 2017 currently. I still think people value having fun, going out, socializing, going on vacations, buying the new car, buying a new house, putting the addition on, buying a motorcycle, buying a boat. I still feel like we're putting, these assets, or actually they're liabilities when you really look at them, but trying to get away from the financial talk. When you look at these different things that you're adding to your life under that perception of having fun or increasing your perception to the community or, allows you to be happy, those things right now are taking the priority over health. And if you allow me to explain this a little bit further, I really want to dig in with this, folks. This is a very, very important podcast today. This is going to be a lot of philosophy, a lot of idea. I want to get the conversation going. This should stimulate some thoughts in your own mind as you're hearing this. Some of you are going to agree with me and find this refreshing that somebody else is taking this stance. Some of you might find this annoying. Some of you might vehemently disagree with me. I welcome all of it, and I want the conversation to continue. It's such an important issue for me. I'm so motivated and enthusiastic about this. I just jump at joy to do a podcast on this type of topic. But let's dig into this, okay? Let's dig into this. We are living in a society that has this increased attention towards health, right, and somebody's fitness level. There is that increased. We do have that increased awareness. If you were to go back to like 1950, 1920, 1940, there wasn't the attention on that sphere of life was not necessary because most people were in shape. That we didn't have the out of control obesity rates that we have. We didn't have the quality of life issues that we have. We didn't have a category of death that was so stunningly high, called preventable death, that it makes your head spin that we even have that category of death. There weren't these things years ago, decades ago. Now we do have it. Now we do have the problem where 67% of people are overweight or obese, and out of that number, 33% of them are obese. Right? So we do have this perception problem, and so the society takes a while to conform, right? The society takes a while to get things moving. And so now that we've had this sustained growth in our body sizes and our fat masses, we're now seeing the pushback, and it comes in a variety of forms. I mean, you can go very, very extreme on the one side and look at things like the swimsuit models, the constant putting people in half-naked clothing on cover magazines, the demonizing of people, the fact that people like models have to feel like they need to weigh 100 pounds, the pressure that are on females in general right now to be super skinny and to have not an ounce of fat on them. Body projection and body image right now is a very, 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 very big thing. It's very in right now. Okay, it's starting to take its grasp on practically every single person in this industry, and for dudes too. Females aren't the only ones susceptible to this. It's becoming a thing now where the guy's got to have a six pack, he's got to have a chiseled chest, he's got to have really, really nice arms, he's got to have nice calves, nice forearms. Ladies, you know what I'm talking about. Settle yourselves. But you see what I'm saying? We do have this thing now with beauty and appearance. And so now it's becoming to the forefront that everybody has to show, at least if not taken seriously, they have to give the perception that they care about their physical image and what they look like and what their health levels are. You have to care, because if you don't, you're automatically labeled a loser in life, somebody that is not worth putting time into, and somebody that's not worth being a a mate or a relationship, getting married, having kids with, like you're proving yourself not to do that. And this is, again, not my opinion. This is just what our society is currently going through. So people that are not in the best of shape, those that are in the overweight or obese category, those that do have different health ailments, whether it's a poor nutrition habit even or bad exercise routines, they're not consistent, they have to give off this perception that they do care about their health and well-being in order to fit into society and not become an outcast. So people who are doing things like boot camps, people who are doing things like massive group fitness, 30, 20, 15, 60, 100, I've seen before, classes at a time with 1, 2, 3 instructors or something of that sort. And they're there to have a good time and to have fun, and then also be able to tell everybody that they're part of a gym or they're part of a fitness center. Or I'm part of a boot camp organization or a class or a company or whatever the hell they call themselves. But that is not the same as saying my health is in the top 3 priorities of my life. That is vastly different. And I'm making the argument that we're not there yet where we are truly taking it into the top 3 priorities of our lives. We're putting so many other things before it while still trying to address the need, that what we're ending up is with a variety of quote-unquote solutions that are anything but that, coming from my industry to take your money. So if we can boil that equation down, it's literally people are willing to spend money to give the perception or to at least begin pursuing fitness. They're willing to part with some money. And so individuals out here looking at the $89 billion projected industry are saying, well, that is a growing industry. That's an industry that's booming. People care about their health. I'm going to get in there and start my own business. How can I make money? What can we do? Oh, let's offer this. We can do 30 people at one time, charge them only $10. We'll make $300 an hour. We'll kill it. We'll do great. And then, people should get some results from that because they're exercising. That is where we've come to. That is where we are. That is where we are. Please, if you disagree with that, my email address, our company email address is ramseylitefitness@gmail.com. Please give us your testimony. Give us your story. Love to talk with you. Would absolutely love a conversation. And if you're somebody that's actually agreeing with what we're saying so far, you're getting really into this. You're starting to connect the dots. You're starting to see, oh my gosh, there is this thing. Hey, same thing. Email us, ramseylitefitness@gmail.com. Let us hear your stories, nightmare stories of other fitness centers where you've gone to and you've tried for 6 months and you drop out and you quit and you try a new boot camp class or a new boxing, kickboxing, fat burning class, and then you do this one over here, and then you do this leg shred class, and then you do the TRX class. Like, please, I want to hear the horror stories. I think that's just as important. People need to understand so that we don't repeat the mistakes. People need to understand this so we don't repeat the mistakes. Please share these stories. Go on social media. Find us. Instagram, Facebook, Ramsey Fitness. Hit us up. DM us. This is such an important topic. And we're ahead of the curve. You in the audience right now, if you're hearing this, you're ahead of the curve. You're ahead of everybody else. You're ahead of your peers, your family, your friends, society. You're ahead of it. Because where I'm going to get to in this podcast is what we should be doing and what's going to happen in the next 5 to 10 years and how I think these projections are actually rosy and how I bet a lot of this is going to reverse itself in a different direction. It's going to change. Change is good. I love change. Innovation, I love it. So what do I support? Well, before I do that, I want to read an article because I want to further cement this context. I think it is super important, folks. I really do. I think it's easy for me to get up here and preach to everybody and to sit on my soapbox and tell you all my great ideas and stuff like that. But I think it's another thing when we really, really set the stage up. We provide different articles, different perspectives, other people saying things, let the groundwork settle in, and then we're going to build on top of that. I think that's much more prevalent, and that's going to be much more successful than just me sitting over here and just making fun of everybody, right? So this is an article from franchisehelp.com. Fitness Industry Analysis 2017, the cost and trends fitness is in. Again, don't know the website, but I guess it has to do with helping individuals that look into going into buying franchises, which, by the way, on a quick side note, this is something that's been going on, which, oh man, me as a business owner, I don't know how you try to spin this any other way than it's a profit thing, man. It's a profit machine. So in a nutshell, folks, when somebody has a franchise, they usually have to have a business that's been successful, or at least to the point where other people are into your idea. Okay, you have to have a successful business. And what happens is, instead of you going around the country or you opening up multiple locations, you get investors or entrepreneurs or business owners to pay you money to essentially copy or open up a location of yours wherever they want to, and they're the business owner. And they're going to run that place. You're going to help them. You're going to teach them things, how you've run your business. You're going to give them the rules, the regulations they have to follow. You're going to give them help. You're going to give them marketing advice. You're going to give them the language. You're going to give them the lingo. You're going to tell them how to hire people. And in return, they give you a certain percentage of their profits. Now, as a business owner, I am abhorred at, I can never imagine having random people come up to me, want to pay me money, and I let them run with my business. And I understand, I understand there is some control and that I would still have influence. But that is something that if you have an ideal, if you are sworn to a certain set of principles, if you are here to contribute something to society, if you are here to create a business that you highly value, I'm telling you right now, there is no way, there is 0% chance you would franchise out your idea and let people who just give you money open up the business for you somewhere else. To me, that would never, ever happen. That is nothing more than exchange of money. That's all you would do it for. There's no other real reason to franchise. And so some of these franchises obviously are majorly successful before they open up to the public and go to franchise. Some of these people are so quick to get there because that's the end goal, so that they can make so much money. They open up 1 to 2, 3 different business locations, and then they say, that's it, we're successful, go to market, get a franchise, that's it, go get it. And then people pay, $10, $20, $30, $40, $70,000 to you every single time up front with cash. And then you help them open up the business, and then you get profits from that location. So, I don't know how you look at that and say, oh, no, man, that's like to totally spread the company message and the branding. Like, you're out there to change lives. Like, no, it's all a backseat to the money. So, first off, I am, again, from where I'm seated here at Ramsley Fitness as a CEO and looking at what we're trying to accomplish, I never in a million years could franchise this business. No way, no how. I think the work that we're doing is way too important. I want to be in full control. I want us to have ownership of every single location, every single employee, everything that's going on. Not to micromanage, folks, but we need to control the direction of the company. It's about leadership. And when you're essentially telling somebody, yeah, you can go be the owner of a location, I'll just give you the promo materials, I'll tell you how I did it, and then you're good to go, man. Just pay me my 20% profit every month. That is just, I don't know. I really don't want to stay on this topic. I can't. It's starting to make me super angry right now. But I think that from the get-go, there's a ton of franchises that are in the fitness industry right now. And it's for that reason. It's a money game, man. So much money. So many people are trying to get into the game. And I think they're going to lose, and they should lose. I can't wait for the day where these businesses are going to fold up like a house of cards because they're not sustainable. They're not going to provide anything. And once this industry makes that shift that I'm alluding to, and that we're going to get to in this podcast towards a different avenue of seriousness, these businesses are going to go by the wayside. They're not going to have a role in the future. All right, let's get back to this website. Or perhaps more accurately, the idea of fitness is in. 1 out of every 5 Americans are heading to the gym or at least paying for a membership, which puts the fitness industry in a pretty sweet spot. A largely unhealthy and overweight population is looking for ways to get in shape. Whether it's pumping iron like our forefathers or the newest trampoline workout, there is an immense appetite for exercise. I've got to stop and interject. How many of you have done the trampoline workout? Whatever the hell that is. If you have, please send us an email, ramsleyfitness@gmail.com. Reach out to us on social media, Facebook and Instagram, Ramsley Fitness. Please, for the love of God. Trampoline workout? This is becoming a freak show. This is becoming a circus, this industry. And I, as somebody as serious as I am about getting people the results, and it's like to read the sentence, quote, which puts the fitness industry in a pretty sweet spot, a largely unhealthy and overweight population is looking for ways to get in shape. That drives me nuts. Largely unhealthy and overweight population. I despise the fact that so many people are out there struggling for answers. I really am. And so, again, I'm out here putting our product on the table to help people, and then we got some other goofs doing a trampoline workout because they want to get money and it's fun and people will go to this. And it's probably physically demanding for most people, and that's it. They feel good about it. Oh, sweet. Can't stand it. Get fit. The fitness industry is considered to include both fitness centers such as gyms as well as weight loss centers. Here we are concerned with the fitness side of businesses that primarily provide infrastructure such as space, equipment, and training in exchange for a membership fee. Gyms used to be big box stores, lots of equipment for cardio and weight training with personal training available, racquetball maybe, and even a pool. Those are still around, but this is an industry that has seen variety become the spice of life. Traditional exercises are being transformed into specialties, and new programs are being developed at a breakneck pace. To interject here a little bit, I think this article is a little preemptive. I agree with them that the traditional gym, where they're going to have all the equipment listed out, the cardio, the racquetball rooms and the pools, the LA Fitnesses, the community centers, things like that are on the way out, and I mean that. And we read the report here that says that industry is still on trajectory to continue to grow. It's slowing down, but it's continuing to grow. I think, it is on the way out. It's not there yet, clearly, if they're going to still be growing in revenues. But that is my opinion about where that those big gyms are going. And I'm going to get to that later. Again, I want to save my opinions for the very end here today, so that I'm going to try to give you an unbiased take so far. But the other thing I have to interject on, this right here, the variety is the spice of life, and people are specializing and creating different programs now. It's all marketing. Literally, nobody's innovating that seriously. Like, to be quite frank with you, there's only so much innovation you could do right now with human performance. The body works the same way the body works. Like, it's not going to change because you create a new piece of equipment and that somehow it's hacked. Well, it's hacked your biology, and now you're burning more calories than you would normally. Like we don't have that technology. Trust me, when there's a pill that you can take and it melts your fat off and you can all have a six pack, I will be the first to let you know. I will actually, in fact, sell it. But we are nowhere near that. All right. So these specialties and varieties and brand new cutting edge programs, it's language, man. It's literally nothing but, hey, man, high intensity, brand new. We're going to burn all the fat off you boot camp, booty class. Like, that is nothing but high intensity interval training or circuit style training, right? Like, or interval training. Like, that's it, period. But they wrap it up in this fancy language and probably poster somebody with no shirt on the front of it, and everybody's buying because that's what they think they're getting. So we're miscommunicating our marketing, and that's actually what marketers do best. If they're coming from a place of negativity, if they're coming from a bad place with focus on sales and money, like they're gonna persuade you, they're going to trick you, things like that, and that's not good for the industry. At the more traditional facilities, you get what you pay for. They distinguish themselves, at least in part, through price point. High-end clubs offer an almost spa-like atmosphere for top dollar, and then the low-end offerings have just the essentials. Consider Equinox in the high-end. The facilities are spotless and trendy, and the amenities are nice enough that even rich folks are stealing their shampoo. They appeal to the ego with exquisite marketing campaigns of beautiful people doing beautiful things, or incredible things. Compare that with Crunch, an extremely low-cost, everyman gym. They market as an anti-gym, acknowledging perhaps that most Americans are far from their physical specimens seen on TV. Many of us need to feel comfortable enough to start from square one every couple of months. Crunch sets their price point so low that it banks on people not bothering to cancel even when they stop going, and it works. Let me stop. Crunch Fitness, you are a disgrace. Get the hell out of my industry. Crunch Fitness and Planet Fitness are the exact same thing with different names. They're mission statements are practically identical. Go Google them. They essentially say, oh, feel comfortable, no judgments, like that sort of thing. I tell you what, though, I've got to give them credit here, at least reading from this article. This is truly what they believe, that most Americans are far from the physical specimens that are projected on TV. They're correct. Most people are not in ideal shape or anywhere close to what they want to look like. I said that earlier in our opening today. It's probably 1% of people that actually feel good about the way they look. Like truly, like they've arrived and they're maintaining. Everybody else is fighting for something. Fat loss, muscle gain, trying to chisel up your chest a little more, fix your bicep to tricep ratio. Like, people is working towards something. So they've got that part right. But what they've got wrong is the complete approach to it, to the point where it's okay to quit and give up and come back every couple months and try again, and we'll give you a pizza, and we'll give you Taco Tuesdays and donuts to make you feel good, and we're going to – that's nonsense. All that is doing is making you feel good that you spend money at a place you don't go to, so you can justify going to get pizza. I mean, that's going to produce nothing. And I'm telling you what, right now, there's a brand new Planet Fitness opening up around us where I am in Cranberry Township, Pennsylvania, and it's just coming. I see the construction, all the little pre-enrollment things, little offices are set up. I'm going to go on a limb. I'm going to make a bold claim. Could be wrong, but I feel very, very, very good about saying this. I bet you this location does a lot worse than the other facilities, than the other Planet Fitnesses, and or completely flops in, I don't know, 5 to 10 years or 3 to 5 years. I'm betting you. The reason being, the Cranberry Township demographic area is one of very fit and active people. Average age is like 38 years old. Average income for households like $110,000. So people are making money. They're young. They're active in their kids' lives. They're working out. A place like Crunch and a place like Planet Fitness is not going to attract those types of individuals. You know, those individuals don't want to be given pizza every once a month, or being told it's okay if you quit every 3 months, or you come back to us later, or to be babied. Like, that's not what they want. That type of person is more of a hardcore person, maybe not on the level of CrossFit and that stupid stuff, but more towards like serious about their health, that they go to the gym most days of the week. And so Planet Fitness might do well just by numbers, because there's a lot of people living in Cranberry and they might get their sliver of population. But I bet you the person that's opening that place up, because it's a franchise, at least I'm pretty sure it is, might not be. I bet you the person that's opening it up is literally slobbering over themselves that they're going to make so much money in this area, and I think they're going to be in for a rude awakening, because this style, this pampering crap to the people, and failure, and breeding negativity, and it's okay, and contentment, and stuff like that. I think it's on the way out, especially in that area. I think that Cranberry area is literally above ahead of the curve, and people are underestimating those individuals living there, and that's a damn shame. Enough of my tirade, please, huh? Right? Get back on topic, friend. Okay. The whole aspect too about people like having a business model that it's based on memberships that people don't cancel and keep paying. Again, what a disgrace. I mean, I don't know how you even try to explain that away, and like, I don't give a crap if the CEO of Planet Fitness or whatever is in charge of $1 billion company or $1 million company, and I'm over here, 5-figure business. I will take him on any day of the week and kick his butt about health and fitness and driving results. And it's not that I'm some super genius and he's probably some dope. It's just the fact that it's an inherent system flaw that Planet Fitness has, and they can't explain away with any good PR. When your business is literally built upon people not coming, you're going to lose credibility. I just don't think people understand that still, which is amazing to me. Plenty of offerings lay in between those two extremes, something for every price level. And if you're considering a fitness franchise, keep in mind your local market. Are consumers willing to pay up for a little bit of luxury, or would they rather save their money and shower at home? Smaller niche gyms gather cult followings. Now, specialty training facilities are not new, of course. Think about boxing gyms or martial arts studios as some obvious examples. But now specialty fitness is all the rage, and things like boxing and karate are being brought to the masses with boxing and kickboxing franchises. But that barely scratches the surface. Specialty fitness programs that focus on a particular style of exercise, piece of equipment, or even philosophical approach are exploding across the country, some focusing on interval training, others on yoga or Pilates, stationary bikes, or any number of other varieties. There's even a gym focused on rodeo training. Membership often becomes a point of pride, and a community develops around the exercise. Branded merchandise and cross-gym competition events often become additional sources of revenue. So again, this is like your traditional small private franchise. The guy that has had 4 different locations, and now he's finally getting ready to go to mass market and franchise out his genius idea that is exactly the same as everybody else's, but their marketing is just different. And now people can open up a new facility, and oh my God, look at this marketing! Come to our facility. We're the best at the tire flipping and the running outside. Oh my, the body weight, the TRX. And they create, like this article says, cult-like followings where people just, that's their gym now. I am now a lucky resident and member of the booty boot camp class that makes me shake my legs and tone up, and I love it, and I'm going to wear all their gear and buy all their shakes, and that's it. And unfortunately, that's what we have. It's very, very commonplace where people buy into these facilities, and the sad part is if they were to go down the street to the next boutique or the next studio that offers the same thing with a different name, and if they would have found that one first, they'd be rabid fans of that one. And so it's not even a thing where I'm blaming the consumer. I think marketing is literally one of the biggest seeds of all evil, and it persuades people into thinking for themselves, right? It's distasteful. I don't appreciate it. And that's just currently what we're seeing trend-wise. We are seeing people become really into different, like they have their own boutique, like Orange Theory or what. It doesn't matter what it is. You find yours, you go a time or two, you sweat, so therefore you love it, and then you buy all their shirts, and then there you go. You're well on your way until unfortunately 6 to 12 months later when you quit because you realize you had some progress, but you're just not getting it done. You're still losing, you're still the same weight, or you're gaining now, or you're losing a little bit or whatever, and it's just not what you want, and you end up quitting and going to the next one and doing the same process over and over and over and over and over again. Here are some industry facts and figures in the United States. Over 54 million Americans paid gym memberships in 2014. Second year in a row, actual visits to the gym exceeded 5 billion. The average member visited their club over 100 times, an all-time high. Memberships have grown 18.6% between 2008 and 2014. Trend continued in 2015. Where are all these people going? In the United States, there were 34,000 fitness centers. That's an increase of 6.4% over 2013. 2014 revenue was $24.2 billion. That was a sharp increase of 7.4% from 2013. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, these fitness and recreational centers employed 533,200 people in 2014, and jobs are expected to grow 8% all the way by 2024. According to the CDC, almost 70% of Americans are over the age of 20 are overweight, including 35%. Now that's a damning statistic, huh? According to the CDC, almost 70% of Americans over the age of 20 are overweight. Man, oh man. Including 35% are considered obese. Conversely, awareness and education about the importance of a healthy lifestyle continues to increase. With that better understanding is the certain knowledge that exercise improves energy levels, decreases medical expenses, and likely increases longevity. Even consumers have shied away from traditional gyms are getting their groove back in boutique workout studios, outdoor boot camps, and even doing some online do-it-yourself programs. Market demand is strong, and finding success will come down to finding the type of fitness business that will work for your local community. Wait, it can't be that easy, right? Well, no, there are some serious risks, of course. The fitness industry has a number of challenges an entrepreneur needs to be aware of, but primarily it's straight-up competition. Number one, pricing wars are fierce and cutthroat. Big companies pour dollars into advertising and get in front of the potential customer. They can afford special deals and lower starter rates than a smaller business can't afford. I don't know why people even try doing that. I don't care what personal trainer Bob down the street from me offers for his personal training. I mean, we're our own company, folks. I think a lot of people need to have this reality check that you only get into price wars if your product stinks or somebody's kicking your butt in terms of value. That's it. Like, if you're essentially the same thing as somebody and you're fighting over price, that's because you guys aren't offering anything. Now you're literally leading with price. Like, your first argument to why a customer should join your business is because our price is lower than the other guy. That has nothing to do with your business. That doesn't tell me what I get, how much value do I get in return, how much instruction do I get, how much advice, leadership. You get nothing from that. Stupid, and people just don't understand business. Facilities operated by universities, municipalities, and even some medical centers also frequently have a big budget, captive audience, and in some cases, doctor recommendations. Personal trainers can offer private sessions in a client house. Online options are expanding. People can watch videos or even live classes and join virtual communities to share their experiences. And wearable technology with biometric data, people can get real-time information about their workouts, making a professional trainer or even a group class less necessary. Well, my little take on that bit, the technology on wearable tech is not there yet, in my opinion. I don't think it can accurately get up your heart rate It's going to spit numbers at you. Even the stepper, you can shake around in your pocket a couple times, and it increases your steps. So it's still got a ways to go. I'm super intrigued by it, but I'm not going to be the first person that comes out tomorrow and goes out and buys the latest tech for fitness. It's just not quite there yet. So, and as far as the impact on somebody getting personal training or a group class, look, that's a question everybody else has to answer. And if you think some piece of a watch or a cell phone app is going to do it for you, and that's the missing piece, by all means, go for it. My argument has always been that this is this is a relationship battle. You're going to need somebody in your corner, and that's why you need a trusted health and fitness professional. It's nothing to do with actual, I can tell you how many calories you burn now because I use this math equation. Thanks, trainer. No, that's not the primary use of a true professional. So I don't think the competition between wearable tech and an actual health and fitness professional is a real one. Oh, this is, of course, a universal truth that can eventually also work against the niche workout trends. Fads fade. Not too many folks are sweating to the oldies anymore. Then again, do you remember Jazzercise still going strong with 8,000 franchise locations? I agree with that. Fads do fade, and they always play out, which is why I'm saying the next 5-10 years we're going to have a massive shift. Folks, I'm almost there. I'm going to get to my prediction about what's going to happen and what people should start doing. I'm getting there. Again, I want to make sure this is set in stone. You've got to understand the landscape. You've got to understand what everybody else is thinking, because what I'm going to tell you is way ahead of the curve. It's going to sound like it's out of left field. And I want you to really, really dig deep and see what everybody else is saying right now. Should you consider a fitness franchise? Well, as you might expect, the typical owner of a fitness franchise is passionate about fitness, not just keeping themselves fit, but passionate about spreading knowledge and helping people. Particularly in many of the niche fitness centers, there is a large component of teaching, whether it's teaching the students or training the trainers. It's important to ensure those trainers have the same passion as well. Employees can be effective brand ambassadors, yada, 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 yada. Talks about the cost to open one, questions to ask. Good for you. Okay, decent though. It listed out a nice little landscape of the industry. I got one more thing to read. One more. It's the weight loss industry analysis 2017 costs and trends. Again, from our source franchisehelp.com for those looking to get into buying their own fitness franchise. The biggest mistake somebody could make in 2017. I said that, not them. Americans don't don't diet like they used to. When you think of the growth in the fitness industry and the increasing attention Americans are paying to health, it seems counterintuitive, but the number of people on a diet in the United States is steadily decreasing. Peak 31% of the population in 1991 was on a diet. It's declined to about 19% in 2014. What gives? According to the Food Research and Action Center and everyone else, more than 2/3 of Americans are overweight or obese. 2 decades ago, that was only 1/4 of the population. Put simply, significantly more people should be losing weight. The difference, however, between now and 20 years ago is a change in focus away from deprivation dieting to a more holistic, healthy lifestyle all the time. So instead of saying, I've got to lose this extra weight right now, people are saying, I've got to live a healthier life. You know what? No. People are still saying you've got to get the weight off now. We've got 20-day cleanses, 30-day fixes, 6-week whatevers. This week, boot camp class. We are still so focused on short-term results. Nobody is saying, I've just got to do things for the long term. I'm only 35 years old. I'm going to make sure my health's right for when I'm 50. People can say that, but the business models, I'm talking about the actual fitness industry, they're not providing things for lifelong change. Folks that were dieting or at least trying to eat fresher, greener foods, exercise more regularly, and in general take better care of themselves. An interesting statistic to illustrate, whopping 77% of Americans claim to be trying to eat healthier against that 19% that claim to be on an actual diet. Okay, so it's semantics. People are trying to say, oh, no, I'm not on a diet. I'm eating the paleo lifestyle. Oh, yeah. No, I'm not on a diet. What the heck, diet? No, I'm living the vegan lifestyle to live a healthier life, bro. It's semantics. That explains that. And I'm done with this article because it's dumb. It just talks about, should you open up a weight loss franchise? Oh, yes. Should you be like a Weight Watchers and offer Jenny Craig? Oh, okay. Good stuff. This is the good stuff. If you stuck with us, good for you. Perk your ears up. Get them ready to rock and roll. Coming at you with Revolution 2017. It's a new project, man. I'm telling you, it's going to be a work. It's going to be a battle. It's going to be fun as all hell. I'm very much looking forward to it because we're going to be at the forefront of this thing. I'm telling you, I have been in this industry for the last 3 years, witnessing what the hell is going on, what people are offering, what new places do, and it is anything but exciting. It is literally the most boring thing I've ever seen, and I'm going to give you a little bit of background here. So look, I think in order to get this right, you've got to understand a little bit about me personally as a CEO of a fitness company. So I am a die-hard, competitive, natured spirit that you will not find comparison. I'm telling you right now, I love the game in the first, second, and third quarter as much as I love it in that fourth quarter on the last drive of the game. I like the build-up. I like the ongoing back and forth. I love it. And the same thing goes with fitness and business, which is why I'm so attracted to becoming an entrepreneur and why I've started Ramsley Fitness, is because I like competition. I like convincing people that the value that they get with me and our company is greater than somebody else. I love it. I absolutely love it. I love finding the new innovations, the new ways to do things, the ways to give people new feedback, give people new ways to do things. I love it. I absolutely it's why I get up every day as early as I do, which is as early as can be, and get after it. I love to compete. So that's first and foremost. The next thing, at Ramsley Fitness, we are stepping away from everything we've talked about in this podcast. Everything from the gym spa settings to the crapo gyms that charge you $10 a month and like hope you don't come so they can make a crap ton of money, to the the small little places that do the 30-person boot camp, to the kickboxing shred classes, to the dance pole classes that promise you to lose 40 pounds, to the booty class, the booty class where there's 100 of you and you all shake your butt around and get in shape. Like, look, I'm telling you right now, there's a reason we're not doing that, and it's because I am forecasting what's going to happen in this industry and what's going to happen to people and their outlook and what they're spending money on. So if I were to summarize today's podcast at this point in terms of the current landscape, from my eyes now, from a biased eyes, an opinionated eyes, from somebody that's in the groundwork, I'm in the field, it is nothing more than companies offering the same thing, which is big groups of people moving around, jumping, hopping, doing things that they're not used to doing. Therefore, they sweat. Therefore, they may burn some calories and actually have a little bit of weight loss. Make them feel good about themselves. Tell them how fun this is. Give them high fives. Give them T-shirts. Give them their special protein shake that is overpriced. They offer, 10 classes a day, 3 different types. It's a buffet to choose from. We're so inclusive. That's what's happening, and it's boring because everybody's doing the same thing and they're calling it a different name. I don't care if it's Booty Boot Camp. I don't care if it's Hardcore Hit Boot Camp. I don't care if it's, regardless of what you're offering, that's what you're getting in a nutshell. And it's about $10 to $15, $20 a class, and it's not that big hit on your wallet. So you're more likely to go and do it and try it out. And like I mentioned, you may gain you may have some progress because you're not used to doing those things. Like you're not used to exercising 3 to 4 times a week. So now that you're doing it, you're going to lose some weight, start eating a little bit better. You start to get in a good mood, in a good funk. And then you hit the wall 3 months in, 6 months in. You're not getting the emotional support. You're not getting the relationship. You're not getting the attention. You start to master some of the basic exercises, but the instructor is not able to pay attention to you and not able to give you more challenging modifications. You hurt yourself. That's a setback and a half, let me tell you that, because someone's not paying attention to you because there's 40 people at once. They can't possibly watch all 40. You start spending more money on these protein shakes that are so overpriced and do really, they're below average quality, and then you start spending more money, and now you plateau and don't get any results, and now you get frustrated and you quit. Does that life cycle sound familiar? Think about that, and that applies to anything. That's not just a boot camp gym or a outdoor class with TRX everywhere. Like, that's everything. That's like a diet that you've gone on, the no sugar diet. I'm sure you've gone through that life cycle where you've got on it, you got results, it's super hard, it's not sustainable, you have no real support, and you quit. And you probably gain the weight back. So you've done it on that, you've done it on weight loss pills, you've done that through different paleo diets, you've done that through CrossFit, you've done it through practically everything imaginable, right? And you've convinced yourself that you spent money, you're trying this arena, you're serious about it, it just didn't work for you. And so now you're in a place of broken, you're not feeling great about yourself, low self-esteem, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Okay? Here's what I'm proposing happens in the next 5 to 10 years. Could even be sooner, depending on how fast we are open to this new re-education for individuals. Health's truly going to get into your top 3 priorities. And what's going to happen is you're going to pay for a true, educated, credentialed health and fitness professional who you're going to work with one-on-one, no group stuff, no crappy supplements, no bogus nutrition plans. You're going to work one-on-one with somebody on every single aspect of your life. Every single aspect, down to the very detail of what you had for dinner last night, to what you did over the weekend, to what kind of foods you get when you go out to the restaurant, how often you drink alcohol, any disorders or complications, the medical issues that you have. You're going to be able to express that to this health and fitness professional because they're going to work with your doctor, and you're going to create your own little network of healthcare. And Ramsley Fitness is at the forefront of this because I'm telling you right now, we're the bridge to healthcare. We are that gap. Right now, it's polarized. The fitness industry and your doctor, right? They're not on the same level of value back to you. You go to the doctor when you're sick. They try to find out what's wrong with you. They usually diagnose you, and sometimes it's life-saving, right? Like, heart issues, blood pressures, cholesterol, thyroid, hormones, and you name it. They often have a lot more value to give you than that group class that you've been going to 2 or 3 times a week, right? And so there's not a bridge there, completely different. Like your doctor would laugh at your traditional gym and say, I'm not going to prescribe that as medicine. Are you kidding me? Right? Because they get it to some extent. What's going to happen is companies like ours are going to fill that gap in the middle. And we're going to be able to call the chiropractor. We're going to be able to call your podiatrist. We're going to call your cardiologist. We're going to call your PCP. We're going to call your health insurance. We're going to be able to work with these people because the types of individuals that we're hiring have the education to understand severe, complex situations and are going to have the emotional intelligence to work with you through those. End of story. It's a wrap. The industry's going to shift. People are going to say, holy cow, like I'm finally able to get my results and sustain them and do things that make sense. Oh, holy, I love this. And the attention's on me. They come to my house. What convenience. What a time saver. And I get my results. And if we ever hit a roadblock, like I have somebody to talk it through with, and they're going to help me through it and give me suggestions and give me advice. This is great. And people are going to truly value their health. That sort of business, that sort of service that you hire and pay for, that is taking your health seriously. Now, what we have to get over is this knee-jerk reaction over pricing. I just watched a video today about 5 minutes before I came on to do the podcast. I don't know the guy, Chris D.O., good for him. Was doing a presentation. I guess somebody asked him in the crowd, like, hey, what's your hourly rate? And he says, why do you want to know my hourly rate? My hourly rate, I mean, I do a math problem to figure out it, but like, what do you want to, like, why do you want to know? And the guy says, well, as a paying client, I want to know where my money's going. I'm paying you $18,000. Like, tell me, I need to know what it's going for. And so then Chris Dew said, and I'm paraphrasing at this point, but essentially said, wait. So like, so it's about time, right? Like you want to know how long it takes me to do a project. So if I do it fast, like if I do it with less time, you will want to pay me less? And the guy was like, yep, pretty much. And he says, so if I do it longer and if I do put more hours in, you're going to pay me more? Yep, that's exactly right. Okay, well then I'm going to take my time, and instead of getting something done in 2 months, I'm going to take 4 months, and I'm going to tell you that I'm just taking my time with it and really want to give you the best project. And you're going to pay double. Are you okay with that? And the guy said, oh, well, no, because then I'm going to ask you the question. Your competition could do this in 2 months for the same price. Like, why are you taking 4 months? And Chris Dew says to him, so you don't really care about price, do you? You don't really care what I'm charging. You don't really care about the money. You care about the time, don't you? As a business owner, you care about the time that this is going to save you, and a dollar amount's a dollar amount. And the guy goes, well, I guess you have a point there. I see where you're I get, yeah, I guess I suppose so. And Chris Dew essentially said, if you keep thinking that way, that you're going to pay somebody per hour and you want to track how much time they're putting in, and that's your standard, not the actual quality of work, well, then guess what? I'm punished because I work really, really fast and really, really high quality. So I can get a project done in 2 weeks that it takes others to do 2 months. And if I try to charge you just some hourly rate, now I'm being punished. I'm going to make less money. But I'm giving you a higher quality product than anybody else, and I'm giving it to you faster than everybody else. So why should I charge less than the standard average going rate? And that was just a mind-blown moment, right? Like that individual probably just said, okay, put his head down for the rest of the seminar, hit in the back. Oh, please, nobody look at me, right? One of those moments, because he just got crapped on with logic. And when I'm going to make the same argument to people about the fitness industry, is it's going to come to a point where people are going to stop asking what the hourly rate is for a session or how much it's going to be, and they're going to start asking, what do I get in return? What do I get out of your program? Your business, what do you guys provide? That's going to be the questions that people are going to start asking. They're going to start saying, hey, I've got these different ailments and I've got these disorders and diseases. Like, can you work with these? Oh, you can because you're that educated. Oh my. And we're going to start moving in that direction. People are going to stop saying on the first conversation, yeah, hi, I saw your website and it looks really cool and entertaining. How much is it? People are going to stop that crap. Because once people realize that pricing and being billed for services has nothing to do, the quality has nothing to do with length of time that you're paying for or the way that some business structures its hourly rate. Once you realize what you get in return is not just stuck to the 1 hour that somebody's in front of your face, then you're going to realize you've been spending your dollars in the wrong spots. So instead of somebody that spends maybe $150 to $200 a month for their group classes down the street and their t-shirts and their little supplements and getting little to no results, they're going to take $350 to $450 to $500 a month and spend that on a professional who's going to literally take care of every single aspect of that individual's life when it comes to health and fitness and work with them to battle through things so much more than just an hour of exercise a week. I mean, that's a joke. And so when you start thinking about $350 a month, I know some of you, that's a car payment. Like, don't be kidding me right now and trying to act like that's so blown out of proportion. And look, the reason you're having that knee-jerk reaction about pricing, if you're looking at that like, oh my God, $350 a month, is he crazy? The reason you're having that knee-jerk reaction is because you're used to the current landscape. You're used to this paying $10 a session. You're used to getting little to no results. So why would you put that kind of money into something that's traditionally given you no results? Why would you do that? Well, that's the thing. This is not that. What I'm advocating for, what I think people should start doing, is in a completely different direction. Completely different direction. It's going to be worth every single penny you put in. If not, actually, you're going to get almost double your return if you really think about it. Because how do you quantify health and life? Like, there are people that are so out of shape and out of overweight, they're getting complications that are leading to heart disease and they're dying. Like, how do you quantify that in money? Right? So we're going to go through this period. We'll have a little bit of knee jerk, but it's a car payment. If you're going to spend $350 to have that car outside of your house, and for you to look all cool and slick in your sunglasses driving down the street, then what the hell? Don't tell me you can't spend $350 a month on your health and take care of it at one-stop shop. Let professionals handle it. Let them call your doctor. Let them exchange information. Let them come up with tailor-made programming. Let them do it for you, and you just got to do convenience, speed, high-end service, overwhelming quantity of just value bombs for days. But we got some time, which is why I said 3 to 5 years, 5 to 10 years, somewhere in that frame. It's not going to be this week. It's not going to be next year. It's a battle we have to go through. But that's the case I'm making. I hope you at least can acknowledge some of the points I'm making and we can keep this conversation going. Because until this is solved, until people realize they're actually disproportionately spending their money for no value, So it can't just be a dollar thing. Like the $100 you're spending per month right now at your group class down the street, you're not getting that in return. You're probably getting $40 of value back. Like you're not getting anything. These people are mistreating you without telling you to your face. They're not valuing you enough to give you benefit. They're not there to give you value, right? And so the $100 you spend is virtually doing nothing. You're losing $60. Again, I'm just throwing numbers out there, but it's like you're losing value on it. Whereas if you spend $350 somewhere on an actual professional company, like the value you're going to get is going to be worth $600 a month or $700 a month. Like I don't know how you quantify that, but it's going to be limitless. Like you can't qualify. It's going to be $5,000 a month for some of you if they get you off some meds. And so it's just completely disproportionate right now. And it's going to flip, and people are going to start getting away from those group stuff, get back into like a doctor-like setting, one-on-one, crush through barriers, work, get stuff done, get it taken serious, work on the emotional side, the mental side as well. I'm just telling you, people are going to really truly value it as a true top 3. And so they're going to spend their money in 3 spots. Family, on like their career growth, that's going to be their time investment primarily. They're going to invest their money in time, but their money they're going to spend on their friends and family, and then their health. And it's going to reflect that in 5 to 10 years. Love to hear your guys' thoughts on this. Please email me. Agree, disagree. RamsEliteFitness@gmail.com. Facebook and Instagram, Rams and Elite Fitness. Look forward to seeing you all next week.